Throughout my life, I have always associated a very large part of my identity with my favorite video game series of all time, Super Smash Bros. For better and for worse. Smash is a series that I have always had a bond with, whether it be because of the near limitless amount of gameplay potential, the full-on crossovers that always have me jumping out of my seat, or just the fantastic fast-paced gameplay that Smash Ultimate has infected my psyche with. I love these games, and I'm actually pretty good at them too. I don't say that I'm good at games often on this channel, so hopefully you'll believe me when I say that. Hey everyone, I'm RVRocks, and recently I've been on a quest to get every single character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in Elite Smash. With my mains, it was pretty easy. I didn't really have to think too much about it. But then we dive into the rest of the roster, plagued with characters who either don't resonate with me too much, or characters who are just straight up annoying to play as. However, in this journey, I have come to a staggering conclusion. I have discovered that Sheik is the worst character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, calling someone the worst in a game like this is a bit of a mixed bag to handle, right? Like, at the end of the day, there will never be one objective worst character, because worst can mean any number of things. Worst as in the weakest? Well, according to what I can find, most pros believe the weakest characters in the game to be either Ganondorf or Little Mac. Worst as in the worst character to play as? I would say that's probably Min Min or Ice Climbers, because they have such different game plans compared to other characters. Worst as in worst represented? Well, a lot of people would tell you that that's either Sonic or Ganondorf. Worst as in the most obscure, least wanted character? Well, the internet would probably tell you that that's Corrin or Byleth or even Pythra. But Sheik is the worst to me. Not because I believe that Sheik is the objective worst character, but I think that Sheik fits the perfect cross-section of all these traits that makes him just the worst. Don't believe me? Just look at the criteria I mentioned a second ago and see how he stacks up. In terms of strength, Sheik is an absolutely capable fighter. From what I can tell, most pros rank him amongst the mid-tier, if not the upper mid-tier, which in a game like Smash, which has over 80 characters, that's pretty good. But Sheik isn't exactly mopping the floors like he did back in the Smash 4 days. This means that while Sheik is not the worst of the roster, he is also not the best, leaving him to just be average, which I would argue is almost worse than being bad. If you pull a win against a Joker or a Pikachu as Ganondorf, it's cause to celebrate. In fact, Ganondorf is a renowned favorite because he's bad, but still manages to be one of the most satisfying characters to play. Landing a forward smash as Ganondorf will forever be more exciting than gimping a recovery with Sheik. For as good as he may be in proper competitive play, Sheik is just plain, making him more forgettable than anything else. In terms of playability, Sheik is probably the most memed on character I can think of, with very strong combo potential, but damage output that is the equivalent of erectile dysfunction on prom night. Seriously, we've all seen the memes of haha, Sheik players doing a 50-hit combo just to get 20% damage, and it is yet another reason why playing Sheik almost feels punishing. You have good moves, you have stylish animations, but none of them feel like they have any real impact. Compare this to a very similar character design-wise, Greninja. He does what feels like proper damage and plays up the ninja angle far more than Sheik does. I made this joke earlier, but playing Sheik really does just feel like a limp dick. I can't describe it any better than that. In terms of representation, Sheik is a character out of time. In his initial appearance in Super Smash Bros. Melee alongside Princess Zelda, the transformation mechanic was really interesting. From my understanding, these characters were supposed to be some kind of yin and yang, fast and weak and slow and powerful, and I've always really liked that idea. However, until Ultimate, they kind of failed to deliver. Sheik was consistently a better alternative to Zelda in each of these games. And then in Ultimate, they almost seem to have it figured out, except they're no longer one character. They weren't in Smash 4 either, but Sheik was still pretty good, so it wasn't as weird. And what's especially funny about this is that Pyra and Mythra have really nailed down this mechanic, almost like a perfected version of the original plan for Sheik and Zelda. But without Zelda, Sheik feels hollow as an inclusion, and this isn't even talking about how he fits in as Zelda representation. The worst represented series is a term that you see get thrown around a lot in Smash Ultimate circles, and while many will fight to their dying breaths to say that Sonic is the worst represented, I have said and always will say that it's Zelda. Now, I don't think these characters are bad, but they're definitely aging. Ganondorf is based off Captain Falcon and only has like 3 sword moves, despite Ganondorf almost always appearing using a sword or swords. Zelda's moveset consists of the spells from Ocarina of Time that no one used and the Spirit Tracks Knight. Link, Toon Link, and Young Link are now 3 movesets based on functionally the same character, and each one lacks the things that makes their interpretations of the hero unique. Breath of the Wild Link lacks the champion's blessings, Toon Link doesn't have a Wind Waker, a Sand Rod, a Force Sword, nothing, and Young Link in the Zelda space is probably best known for Majora's Mask and turning into different species, and he has none of that in Smash. And with all this, I still think they serve as better representation for The Legend of Zelda than Sheik. Sheik appeared in one game, didn't fight in said game, and then never appeared in another canonical Zelda entry. Sheik in Ocarina of Time stands as one of the coolest reveals in video game history, but the inclusion of Sheik in Smash has basically spoiled that twist for anyone who may not have played it yet. And worse yet, Sheik in Smash has nothing to do with how Sheik is portrayed in Ocarina of Time. Sheik is almost defined by his use of the harp. But no, there's no harps in Smash, not even as a taunt or a victory pose. And I hear what you're saying. They couldn't make another taunt or victory pose without changing the ones from Smash 4. Then why'd they give him another generic Final Smash? Here's a spicy hot take for people in the comments to argue over. I think if they scrapped all of these characters and based them off how they're represented in Hyrule Warriors, we would have a much more solid Zelda cast in Smash. Seriously, that game's version of these guys are all amalgamations of who they've been over the years. It would be perfect. People in the community always joke about how the Wii Fit Trainer or Corrin or whoever would be cut from Smash in the hypothetical sequel to Ultimate. But frankly, if anyone needs to go, I would say Sheik. Nothing about Sheik serves to represent the Legend of Zelda or the character of Sheik in any significant way. The deepest it goes is, wow, look, he is such a ninja. He has the Sheikah symbol, am I right, guys? This brings me to my final point. In terms of how wanted Sheik is/was. I imagine in the lead up to Melee, I wasn't really sentient back then, this character was awesome. Ocarina of Time was still pretty fresh in people's minds, it must have been cool. But when so much of this character's identity is vested in the character of Zelda, and now Zelda stands on her own, it feels hollow. I don't think there's any denying that Ocarina of Time is one of the most well-crafted video games of all time, and a favorite in the hearts of many. And I can see the justification that there should be some character to represent just that game on its own, similarly to how the Fire Emblem cast more represent their individual games than the series itself. But with that being said, Sheik doesn't reflect Ocarina of Time at all. If Sheik was revealed for Smash nowadays, would anyone care? The series has moved on without him. Looking back at the other, more one-note Smash characters, you can see their significance, either to a certain era of Nintendo or to a certain game, legacy, something. But I don't see that with Sheik. If you want to play as a ninja, play as Greninja. It's literally in the name. If you want to play as a character with a very similar gameplay style, play Joker. If you want to play a fast Zelda character, play Young Link. Sheik, in his current state, serves nothing to this game. And that is why, despite Sheik not being the direct worst in any one category, Sheik is the worst character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And if you think that I'm the worst YouTuber in terms of size, then why don't you help me grow by subscribing to RVRocks and ringing the bell, liking this video, and then going on to comment who you think the worst character in Smash Ultimate is. As is the nature of something like this, most of these ideas are founded in opinion. And if your favorite character is Sheik, I can't change that, and I'm not trying to. Just trying to spread my thoughts and trying to encourage conversation. Either way, let me know your thoughts either in the comments or on Twitter at RVRocks. But before you do any of that, I have been RVRocks, and thank you so much for watching. See ya!